everybody, it is Emily back here with Planting Libra, and today, in honor of wanting to get back on the YouTube train with some shorter videos, I figured that the best way to jump into this, seeing as we're also getting into spring, is to start some new seeds. And metaphorically, this is me planting the seed of my channel and actually trying to upload more. And I'm going to stop talking about it because I feel like every video is just me saying, I'm going to upload more, I promise I'm going to upload more. I'm just going to stop talking about it, I'm just going to do it. So we're going to plant some seeds today. I have my seed box here. This came from the dollar store. We're doing basil seeds today because if for no other reason, then I like basil in my food, and I ran out of basil, so now I'm going to grow some. Urban homesteading, I guess. Might as well. I guess into supplies, I've got a big tote of dirt here. So this is the soil that we're going to use. I have a tray that I can mix up some water with the soil in. I've got my pots like I was showing y'all earlier, just some little square nursery pots, and a jug of water for water. You know the drill. So I'm going to get to mixing up soil first. Can I set this up here? Can you see what I'm doing if I do this? Maybe I'll get on my knees. You can't see me. Let's push you back a touch. There we go. So I've got my tray here. Got the cover off my box of dirt. And we are going to start scooping. Just going to fill this up with soil so I can mix some water in there. I like to do this when I'm starting seeds specifically, not necessarily when I'm like planting actual, established plants or repotting cuttings, just because I feel like they're more at risk for rot, but the seeds need the moisture to actually germinate. So I like to make sure that there's enough moisture in there by mixing in water before I even put the soil in the pots. Helps combat off any of the hydrophobia that the soil may have. So when you actually do go to water later, you won't have to deal with like water just running out of the pot and not actually absorbing to the roots. So I think I'm going to call that good for now. We're going to see how much this equates to once I mix in the water. I'm just breaking up some of the big clods that I see. I love playing with dirt. It's therapeutic. Apparently soil releases happy hormones, so I like to play in dirt to cure my depression. It's not actually a cure for depression. It's a joke. So mix water in with this. I have no ratio. I have no plan. Just squish and hope for the best because you can wing it. There's certain things with plants that you need to be a little more precise with, but for this stuff you can just wing it. You're going to get dirty, as you can see, but it is what it is. And every now and then it's okay to get dirty. I'm going to make a little nest in the middle this time for water, just because that kind of ran all off to the sides. So moist. Some people question why I get acrylic nails when I do so much with plants and dirt. Because they get dirty. yeah, they get dirty, so do your hands. But like, I like to do it. I don't care if they get dirty because you can wash them. Ooh, I'm tipping stuff over. Okay, I think I'm gonna call that enough moisture mixed in with this dirt. So you can see here, when you squeeze it, it'll form a little clump. Not a really tight clump, because you can still pop it really easy, but clumpy enough that you can tell that there's sufficient moisture in there. I just flicked dirt everywhere. Nice. Okay, so we're going to start putting into our nursery pots about, can we see this? About this much. Clean off my nails so I can have a bright highlighter. We're going to go about that far down into the pot. Leave, I'd say that's probably half an inch or so. And that is how deep we are going to fill into our nursery pots. I have a few here. I don't know if I'm going to use them all, but I'm going to see how much soil we have, how far we can get with this lot, because I really don't want to mix up more. So, I'm probably going to speed through this in the edit, because this is just pretty well me packing dirt. Pretty self-explanatory process. Handful in the pot. You know the drill. You're not stupid people. You know how this goes. Fill it, pack it, plop it. You can kind of see right there, they are tiny little black seeds. And how many are in this packet? My goodness. Okay, that's good. And again, this is not something you need to be super precise with. I'm just going to take a little pinch and sprinkle it in each of the pots. Try to spread them as evenly as you can. But at the same time, the bushier the plant, the better, because then you're going to get a bigger yield per pot that you're using. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see. You're not going to be able to see at all. But in here we have our basil seed sprinkled, and we are just going to cover that over with a fine layer of soil. Nothing super deep, because they do have to germinate and poke up through this soil, and we don't want them to have to try to fight too hard to get through. So, like I said, not a super deep layer and not super tightly packed. I'm just gently kind of patting down so it's flat, because I don't know, I want it to be aesthetically pleasing, but also functional. So like I said, just sprinkle a fine layer on top and gently pat that down. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm definitely going to post some story updates on these guys on my Instagram. You can follow me at Planting Libra if you want to. Don't feel obligated at all, but just in case you want to. But yeah, I'm going to be posting some story updates of these guys. But I'm also going to film a kind of week by week progress report of these guys and post post that as a video to come out at some point in the future when I feel like I've gotten enough footage for a week-by-week progress report. I might do like 6 weeks, something like that. 6 weeks of filming these guys and their progress, just so I can update y'all guys on how this is going. And that is our last one. You can see what I mean there. Ooh, we still have a bit of lip space there at the top of the pot, but other than that, they are pretty full. Now, I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to show you guys the final little setup of where I'm going to put these guys, and kind of explain some basic care tips of how I'm going to work on germinating these. I'll be back in a bit. Bye. Okay, so the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little label tag to go in the pots, just so I know what's in there. I'm not currently starting any other seeds at this moment, so I'm not going to forget what's in them, but just to make it fully aesthetically pleasing, I am going to make a little label tag. So let's go do that. Okay, so I know my desk is messy. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing for that right off the hop. I just have a cup of water here. So for this label tag, I have a piece of a little dowel here that I'm going to reuse, and we are going to get ahead and draw up the little design. So I just have a micron liner pen here that we're going to use, and we're going to make this cute. And that's all cute now. Time to tape it on our dowel. Here is our little design logo. I've got it taped on here, but it can still come off, so I can reuse the dowel for something else in the future if I need to relabel. Let's go put it in. So it is over here on the plant shelf that we have our sweet basil seeds set up. You can see all pots are there, all 8 of them. And can we focus? Yeah, and the cute little tag we have there. Yeah, I'm just going to use the drawer for a drip tray for these guys, like I'm using for my little succulent tray down below there, just because there's a lot of plant happening on this shelf, and I feel like it would look a little chaotic otherwise. So as for care for these guys, the soil is moist right now, but I'm going to give them another little sprinkle of water this evening, and tomorrow morning I'm going to check and see how they're doing. They're going to need water roughly every couple of days, maybe even every day, depending on how fast they dry out, because the seeds need constant moisture in order to germinate properly. And once they germinate, you can kind of slack off with the watering a little bit just to make sure that you don't rot your seedlings out. But yeah, so constant moisture for germination. They are in a window here. This is an east window, so they're going to be getting a lot of morning sun, and they are going to be getting pretty bright sun because they're really close to the window. Up on a high shelf. They're on the 3rd shelf of this rack that I have. So yeah, I will, like I said, I will be filming weekly growth updates of these guys and compiling that into a video to post later once I finish up that whole filming process. So I'm excited to see what spring has in store for these sweet basil seeds. So that is it, everybody, for today's video. This table is a mess, and so is my carpet floor right down here, so I'm going to need to clean up and vacuum after I'm done filming. But I am excited to see, like I said, what spring has in store for those seedlings, and I will be updating you guys on the growth process as well, like I said earlier, in my stories on Instagram, and as well, I'm going to be filming, like I said, a growth progress video for my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'm excited to be posting more frequently. If you could give the video a like if you liked it, that would be much appreciated, or if you could subscribe even if you wanted to. Follow me along on this journey and keep notified for any future uploads that I will post. I mentioned as well earlier in the video, my plant Instagram account is @plantinglibra. I have a personal account as well, which is @EmilyWakeUp. And my reading account is @ReadingWithEmi if you want to follow me along for any reading updates, book updates. I do some reviews. I'm not a professional reviewer, but when I read a book, I'll give you my thoughts on it. I have a reading goal of 25 books this year, and I'm actually looking to potentially start posting some booky content on this channel, if y'all are okay with that. But yeah, keep an eye out for any future uploads I have posted here to this channel, and give it a watch if you wanna. Don't feel obligated, but it would mean a lot to me. So thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great day and a great week. Thank you for being my void to shout into. Bye, guys.